Welcome to Stade Gilbert Boutas and Rovers TV for this round 5 Super 8, the qualifiers game between Catalan Dragons and Featherstone Rovers. First of all, the Catalan lineup. The back line is fullback Luis Tierney, wingers Vincent Duport and Fouad Yaha, centres Christian Inu and Braden William, halfbacks Luke Walsh and Richie Myler, props Sam Mower and Remy Casti. In at hooker is Alrix da Costa, second row Louis Anderson and Justin Oro, and loose forward is Benjamin Garcia. Interchange Julien Bousquet, Jason Battieri, Lucas Albert and Thibaut Margalet. Coach is Steve McNamara. Featherstone Rovers lineup, back line, fullback Kyron Johnson, wingers Luke Briscoe and Scott Turner. In the centres are Josh Hardcastle and Misital Papa. Halfbacks Anthony Thackeray and Matty Wilde. Props Sam Brooks and Frankie Mariano. Hooker is Keil Carlisle. Second row Connor Farrell and John Davis. Loose forward is James Lockwood. On the interchange, Brad Tagg, Luke Cooper, Josh Walters and Daniel Igbenadian. The coach is John Duffy. Tonight's referee here in the south of France is Liam Moore. This is Rovers TV. My name's Joanne Fitzpatrick. Alongside me, I have Joe Crabtree. Good evening, Joe. Bonsoir.
Good evening, Joe. Indeed, bonsoir.
So, sound almost like a Eurovision song contest, don't we? So it's been very British-like weather here, hasn't it, in Perpignan, disappointingly this afternoon. Yep. But the good news is that the blue sky is trying to make an appearance and the sun is coming out, so it looks like we're going to have a dry evening.
Yep, the United Kingdom brought 0-1, but eventually we have seen a French furore and there is some blue sky on the horizon.
There certainly is. So we're just awaiting the teams to come out. Let's have a chat about those teams. First of all, Featherstone Rovers, number of changes. Notably, I think this is probably the first time that we've had these props starting for us, Sam Brooks and Frankie Mariano.
Well, Sam Brooks, for me, the epitome of a John Duffy player. He's someone who, of course, personnel-wise, he's decided to bring in. He knows him from a former club and he's worked alongside him, but also he is that ball-playing prop forward. He takes the ball to the line, but then he's always looking for the man on his outside shoulder, equally capable of playing the ball out the back and opening Featherstone to more expansive play though. Often we've seen him from the bench so far in his time at Featherstone, but to see it from the start will be very interesting, and I think could provide a challenge for the Catalan Dragons.
And Sam Brooks, of course, signing for the 2018 season, so he was pleased when we spoke to him about that, and John Duffy obviously sees the value in his skills. Ian Hardman misses out on the team today, and Kyron Johnson's in at fullback.
Yeah, Kyron Johnson gets his chance at fullback. Fullback, one of his favourite positions, equally capable at winger, and this is a real opportunity for him. On occasions, it's fair to say that he's squandered his opportunities this season, but also he's shown himself to be more than capable. He's been rather inconsistent. So here is a real chance at fullback today. Replacing the club captain Ian Hardman is massive shoes to fill and a massive responsibility on the young lad's shoulders. What is he capable of? I guess we'll see.
The bench for Featherstone Rovers, it's full of forwards, isn't it? 4 forwards there, Brad Tagg, Luke Cooper, Josh Walters coming in on dual reg from Leeds Rhinos, and Daniel Igbenadian in, I think the last game he played was the Toulouse game in the south of France similarly.
Yeah, 4 forwards, and that means one of two things really. It means we're going to see, as everyone around the ground stands up now.
No, I stood up singing, perhaps it's the Catalonian anthem, I'm not sure, it's certainly not the French anthem, is it?
No.
So, yes, we're not standing up though.
No,
so we'll carry on talking.
Yeah. But we'll either see John Davis come in and fill in at 9, as he is the only other person who we've seen take on that role at the Rovers, outside of Keil Carlisle and Matty Wildy, there's not another halfback to fill Matty Wildy's shoes, so he's unlikely to fill that role. Ideally, though, you would like to see Keil Carlisle play a full 80 minutes. That would mean Featherstone Rovers controlling the ruck, though, being on top of the match and making sure it's a slow ruck speed to give Keil Carlisle just a little bit of respite. It would be an unbelievable feat for him to play 80 minutes regardless, but he's only has a possibility of fulfilling that if Featherstone Rovers are able to control the ruck. That job is down to the forwards.
Certainly is. It's a long anthem, this Catalan anthem, isn't it? I've just had a look. The lyrics are on the big screen for us to sing along if we wanted. They are definitely in the Catalan language. So, yes, very proud in the south of France of their Catalan heritage. Let's have a look at the Catalan Dragons team then. Perhaps somebody not with Catalan Dragons heritage. Luis Tierney at fullback, signed from Wigan this season.
Well, a young lad got his shot at Wigan, impressed on the wing, but ultimately was never going to become a star at that club. He's come to Catalan, and I tell you what, Joe, he has become a star here. Loved by the fans to all extent, as far as we know, and it's been really impressive. Not only on the wing, but since he's moved to full-back after Tony Gigo became unavailable for various reasons, let's say. He's done a phenomenal job. He's got blistering pace and could be a real threat against the Rovers.
And how much of a miss will Greg Bird be in that?
Well, Greg Bird he's a player who is so frustrating to watch when you support the opposing team, because he gets under the skin of the opponents and he doesn't always play by the rules, but he always does what his team needs to win. Sometimes he's on the grey side of the rules, but sometimes that's what a team needs. He's a grubby style of player, but ultimately Australian international who gets the job done.
So only time will tell is whether Greg Bird will be missed this evening. Sambo and Remy Casti, when you think about, we've got quite, well, not inexperienced props. Frankie Mariano's not inexperienced, but props that aren't used to starting this season for Featherstone Rovers up against the likes of Sambo and Remy Casti. They've got the work cut out, haven't they?
No, and Frankie Mariano can be a very talented player on his day, but he's probably more experienced playing out in the second row channel, running opposite lightweight centres on his best days, romping through them. It's something he's very capable of doing, but it's going to be a real test for him, drumming up against the likes of Remy Casti and Sambo.
It is. We're just about to welcome the teams onto the field for this round 5 Super 8 qualifiers game. They're lining up in the tunnel at the moment. The sun has come out here at Stade Gilbert Brutus.
I'll tell you what, John, never seen so many photographers there to greet the team before.
Wow, yeah, there's a bank of photographers, isn't there? Certainly lots of pre-match entertainment here tonight here in the south of France. Good crowd on as well by the looks of it, or a decent crowd anyway. All with flags.
I would agree, Joe. It's definitely a decent crowd and they should create a real atmosphere.
And here are the mascots. We've got 3 dragons and a pink pony. It's like 4 weddings and a funeral, isn't it? As both the teams come out onto the field. Catalan and Featherstone Rovers. Great atmosphere here, isn't it?
Definitely. You know, sometimes I hate these flags at stadiums, but there's something about it here at Catalan. The red flags waving, definitely showing that these fans are really up for it here. They're expecting something here today. They are playing a small town team ultimately to them. Come over on the flight, arrived early hours of this morning, and they should romp on to victory today. Get the feeling that those blokes folks in the blue and white might have something to say about that, though.
Certainly did. It was an early start for us all this morning in the Featherstone Rovers car park at 4:30, I think it was, the coach left. So it's been a long day, but they've had a rest in the hotel, they've had a rub down, they've got hydrated before this game, have the players, they've prepared. But it is the way that most Super League teams do it from the UK now, and Catalan themselves as well travel there and back in the same day.
Yeah, ultimately it can create a sense of focus for those teams, and that can be to their advantage, but it is a different matter when you've been on your job as a plumber or an electrician the day before.
That is true of Featherstone Rovers. Hopefully some of them will have got the day off yesterday, maybe not all of them. So all the dignitaries are over and done with. Catalan are going to kick off towards Featherstone Rovers. Featherstone are playing, as we look at it, from right to left towards the large stand. And this game is underway. The ball is taken cleanly. Taken over the 20-metre line there by Kyron Johnson. Plays the ball, Carlisle to Davis. Davis takes it over the 30. Featherstone will be looking for a good start here. Into the middle to Frankie Mariano. Brings it up to the 40, does Mariano. Featherstone will be looking to get into the Catalan half. It comes to James Lockwood, who's met by some ferocious Catalan tackling there, and he's 5 metres short of the halfway line. Comes to Wildy, who puts the kick in. It goes over the top. It just goes bounce. Not quite made touch. It's collected by Luis Tierney there at full back, but he's only 12 metres away from his own line. First good set of 6.
A virtually perfect start for the Rovers. Complete the set. Wildy finds the turf with the kick, and it's bouncing just into the corner of the field. They're able to crowd them out with the defence, and here they are. Third tackle just outside of the Catalan 20 metres.
And Featherstone will be looking to put a good defensive stint in this, make the mark on the game. Catalan just over the 30-metre line now, and they're bringing it forward as shaped to pass, but there were players there but not able to get the ball away. It was Remy Castillo that was supporting. Now it's going to come on the last to Walsh, who puts the kick away. Good
Great
chase.
pressure from Keele Carlisle there on Luke Walsh, and the ball bounces favourably for Kyron Johnson. He runs it straight back to the Catalan defence. Gets Featherstone Rovers starting this set on the 20 metres, and this has been a good start for the Rovers.
And we saw Keele Carlisle doing that last week at Hull KR, chasing down Chris Atkin, didn't we? And it looks like he's going to do the same, and a penalty goes to the Rovers. Luke Briscoe it was who was bringing the ball away from a quick play of the ball, and they weren't standing square, the markers, so even better.
That's it. If Featherstone Rovers just stay at 100% completion, don't make any mistakes, then they'll force their opposite numbers into committing mistakes. Keele Carlisle, though, definitely pressing the kick in. Luke Walsh, let's not forget, he's just returned from injury. That's something that Featherstone Rovers have to go at.
Kyron Johnson absolutely clattered to the floor by Krishnan Inu there on the 30-metre line. Everybody felt that. The Catalan supporters liked it.
Those Dragons players are going to know that Johnson's not playing many games at fullback this season. They're going to try and target him.
They certainly are. They certainly did then as well. Lockwood now taking it forward. 22 metres away from the Catalan line as he tries to play the ball. It comes into the middle with Sam Brooks. Oh, and he gets an interception away now. Catalan have the ball in hand with Luke Walsh. He gets tackled on his own 40. Brooks not looking really when he passed that ball.
Great cover tackle from Wildy. That was hugely necessary for the Rovers. Without that, Catalan would have been well and truly on the attack.
Just when you were talking about completion rate there, Joe, as well, and that was a set that Featherstone did need to complete. They were in a good position on the field, but Brooks threw that pass, and Walsh, he read it sweetly and took it and raced up the field. Catalan now in the Featherstone half with Casti. Carlisle and Thackeray tackle him to the floor, but they're 25 metres out now, and Luke Walsh with the ball across the left-hand side. They're throwing it around to Catalan at the moment, and they're inside the Rovers 10. The ball is played into the middle to Myler, and then Walsh puts a little grubber kick through for Scott Turner. Turner slips on this turf, but just manages to crawl over the try line into the field of play.
Yeah, Brooks, they're really costing the Rovers. Ultimately, you've got to accept that that's going to happen sometimes when you've got a player who adds something to your game by playing it out wide from the front row. Featherstone earning a penalty there. Catalan is not happy in this stand here with the referee, but
I'm not sure why, because it was a clear-cut offside there for me. Once again, Catalan just not getting back, trying to get off the mark quickly.
And that's the thing, if Featherstone Rovers make sure that they keep forcing this Catalan side to defend, it'll force them into mistakes.
Well, Conor Farrell now with the ball. He's dumped onto his back on the floor. Gets up slowly to play the ball. It comes into the middle with Lockwood, who takes it over onto the 40 even. He's tackled on the 40-metre line. Carlisle in at dummy half. And that's a penalty to Catalan. It must have been an incorrect play of the ball. You don't often see those. Oh no, it's holding the foot up in the air.
A bizarre one from the Rovers. You've just got to get on with your job in those situations, because now it's gone from them in a comfortable position to Catalan well and truly on the attack and in a decent position with a possible chance of scoring.
Absolutely crazy, really, to be giving penalties away when you have got the ball in hand. So Catalan 15 metres out with Luke Walsh. He gets it away to Garcia, the loose forward. He's 5 metres out now, is Garcia.
He's a talented player, Garcia.
So it comes back into the middle. Luke Walsh is involved in everything at the moment. Remy Casti now with the ball.
Huge boost for them that he wasn't injured and available to play this game.
And back again, once again to Walsh, and it's coming across, and they're in there on the right-hand side are Catalan, although the referee's going to go to the video referee. Kristan Inu it was who scored the try, but he's going to go to the video referee. We were just talking about this, the fact that Catalan have a video referee for every home game that they have. Whether that's an advantage or a disadvantage, because normally that try would have been given.
For me, on the whole, the video referee means that the game is played in a more accurate representation of what the rules lay it out to be. So it's neither one way or the other. But ideally, every game at top flight level would be judged by the referee. There appears to be nothing wrong with that, though. They have played it all the way through to the grounding.
I'm not sure what they were looking at. Is it this obstruction there?
There's a possibility of the obstruction there.
Nothing wrong with that for me. It was,
looks to be out round the back.
Just in Oro, it went through, but it was no problem. It's going to be a try, is this, I'm sure. Indeed, it is a try, a save. So Catalan take the first points on the board. They take the lead here at Stade Gilbert Brutus. 4 points to 0. Catalan Dragons lead as the little whizzy remote control truck brings the kick into on to Luke Walsh. He's got a conversion 5 metres in from the right-hand touch line.
Hugely disappointing for the Rovers to concede a penalty whilst in position, and ultimately Kristan Inu is the man to punish them for it.
Luke Walsh now placing the ball on the kicking tee. Like I say, it's 5 metres in from this right-hand touch line. It's the conversion attempt.
I'll tell you what, Joe, I wouldn't like to line up a kick to the theme of Eye of the Tiger. The pressure on this kick, when it's not even a pressure kick at this time of the match.
Oh, they stopped now. It's not affected Luke Walsh whatsoever there. He slots it straight between the uprights. So that's Catalan Dragons 6, Featherstone Rovers 0.
Yeah,
this game.
The former Panthers and Saints player, cool as a cucumber there, sent it between the uprights and puts Catalan into a lead which they haven't had to work for an awful lot.
Well, it came from the penalty that Featherstone Rovers gave away in the middle of the field, wasn't it? You know, it's like we say, it's crucifying when you do that with ball in hand. You're going to get stung for it against Super League opposition. You get stung for it against Championship opposition, to be fair.
Definitely, that restart straight down the throat of Richie Myler. So he lays it off to his man on the inside and gets Catalan off to a good start in this set.
So Catalan just short of the 30-metre line. Mariano in with the tackle there. It's coming down the short side with Horo. The fans in front of us felt that it was a high tackle from Conor Farrell, but nothing was given, and now the try scorer Inu. Great defence from Featherstone, Mariano and Talapapa in there. Walsh in the middle of the field, he lays it off to Garcia, who takes it over the halfway line.
Featherstone can't rest on their laurels after a tackle like that. They've got to continue to get in the Catalan faces. That's an early kick from the Dragons though, and it bounces for Kyron Johnson. He's now looking to play it inside to turn. Instead he takes it up himself, but Hero's there to meet him, and he starts Featherstone Rovers just 13 metres out from their own line, with Turner coming with the ball now.
Oh, Turner's put in the air and dunked. His legs were lifted above the horizontal, and the referees held time up. He's given a penalty, and he's actually holding the top of his head there, is Scott Turner. He's not well at all. He's felt that. Let's have a look at the slow motion replay. Lifted him up and dunked him on his back. As soon as you start lifting the legs above the horizontal like that, it's a penalty.
The challenge is high from the second man to start with, and knowing, as the Catalan Dragons will, that that's on a player who's just returning from injury, it's poor, and we don't want to see that. It
is poor, and I have seen players sin-bin for less than that as well. Whether that will happen, I don't think it will. I think the referee may put it on report, and that's all that we'll see from this. So penalties being given anyway to Featherstone Rovers. They're going to take the kick, Anthony Thackeray, on their own 20-metre line. Oh, it's a sin bin, yes, I said 10 minutes. Usually players get 10 minutes for things like that. It doesn't surprise me at all that Liam Moore's put him in the bin. 9 minutes gone in this game. It is Catalan Dragons 6, Featherstone Rovers 0.
Anthony Thackeray then with this kick to touch. Gets Featherstone Rovers just beyond the 40 metres. So this will be a decent position for them to start this set. Lockwood taking up that first drive, running it up against 3 men, but getting to the halfway line up against Horo and Casti.
Brooks now with the ball. He takes it forward towards the Catalan 40. Carlisle in at dummy half. Gets it away to Thackeray. Thackeray passes it across the line hard. Castle there with the ball, but there's 2 Catalan players there to tackle him. 35 metres out, Wildy now. Wildy's running across the face of the Catalan defence to Thackeray, to Johnson, who dummies and goes one way and then gets the ball away to Conor Farrell, who's taking the ball forward. That was great play by Kyron Johnson. The ball's given now to Scott Turner, but he's got nowhere to go. Luke Walsh drags him to the floor. 20 metres out now, Featherstone, looking lively. Thackeray with a kick through. He's chasing his own kick. Is it going to go? That's a great kick. It's pounced dead by Catalan. So they're forced to drop out as Thackeray.
Zippy play from Johnson and Farrell there. Earns Featherstone Rovers the 20 metres because Thackeray is so aware and astute on the play afterwards. He gets quick ball. He's not got the options available to him to try and go for the try there and then. So the chip over the top, which he chases himself, just gets Featherstone Rovers in a controlling position at the moment, ready to spring an attack.
And the other thing that is important to get a repeat set of 6 is that, of course, they're down to 12 men, Catalan, so to get another attacking set of 6 subsequently is good to tire them out and hopefully find a gap.
And provide some rest for the Rovers. They are a part-time team playing up against full-timers in these French conditions. It might not be as hot as it usually is, but ultimately the Dragons are more used to it than the Rovers. Mariano
then from this dropout takes the ball in. He gets up to just short of the 30-metre line. It's a slow play the ball there. Lockwood throws a pass without watching, and Talapapa now takes it over the 20-metre line. Luke Walsh finishes him off. He's actually 12 metres out as he plays that ball. Conor Farrell in at dummy half. It goes to Thackeray. Thackeray across to Wildy. Wildy with a short pass to John Davis, but that's an excellent tackle there from Catalan. One-handed pick up by Carlisle. He gets the ball away, and that's to Brooks. Brooks is over the line. That is a fantastic try by Featherstone Rovers, keeping the ball alive. They're over for a try.
That's the beautiful things we wanted to see for Featherstone Rovers for such a long time. Quick plays to the ball, the one-handed pick up from Carlisle. Phenomenal play. Working with the offloads, working on the second phase, and ultimately Brooks does well to finish it.
It was a lovely play, wasn't it? It was so important that Thackeray forced that drop out, but it was the one-handed pick-up by Keil Carlisle, and he got it away to Lockwood. Where's Lockwood found his passing ability from? It's amazing. He's doing no-look passes and everything out here tonight.
Unbelievable. I love James Lockwood for the fact that, a bit like Greg Bird, to be honest, he's a bit of a grub of a player who goes to the rough and tumble with the opposition. I don't expect those classy no-look passes from him, but tonight we're seeing it.
Kyron Johnson it is who's got kicking duties tonight in Ian Harman's absence, so he's just to the left of the uprights with this kick, with this conversion attempt, should I say.
Kyron Johnson more than comfortable goal kicker. I'd quite expect him to send this one over with a bonus.
He's got Eye of the Tiger too going on in the background as Johnson. Not sure what that's all about. Johnson now just gets it over there. I wasn't sure. It seemed a bit of a wild kick, but he does get it over. So Featherstone Rovers are all square here. In Perpignan, it's Catalan Dragons 6, Featherstone Rovers 6 after 13 minutes of play.
Featherstone definitely showing that they've got the attacking prowess there. That's their real opportunity with pressure on the Catalan line to start out with, and they've come away with points from that. They've just shown, therefore, if they win the territorial battle, you can expect them to more than compete in this game.
Most definitely, and it must be good for Duffy to see some of this kicking coming off, but
ridiculously glad John Davis stayed away from that. I was sure he was going to concede a penalty for offside. Instead, though, he goes as the dummy runner for that next tackle. Instead goes to Hardcastle, though. He's got 3 men around him, dragging him into the tackle.
Yeah, Johnson with not the cleanest control from that restart. And, yeah, Davis did well to leave alone. Brooks now with the ball. He's taking it up to the Featherstone 40.
Did you just murmur Jamie Cordy?
Did I? Thackeray with a kick. It's rebounded and it's offside, unfortunately, because the Featherstone player didn't leave the ball alone there. So it's an accidental offside. So Catalan get the put in at the scrum. 5 metres into the Featherstone half.
Keil Carlisle there, just not quite realising what had gone on before him. Doing the automatic thing for a rugby player, which is that you receive the ball, you pass it on, you try to create the next move. Ultimately, his instincts failed him on that occasion, though, and it's going to be Catalan with possession here in a reasonable position.
It is in a reasonable position for them. Thackeray, it was good chasing by Catalan. He couldn't get his kick away and it was charged down. So the scrum now is set and it comes out the back, and Catalan taking it forward to the 40-metre line. Slow play the ball and it comes further forward. There's 3 Featherstone Rovers players in attendance though. That's good tackling there on Samoa. Remy Casti, the other prop, now taking it, and there's offside against Featherstone Rovers. So Catalan with a penalty. It's actually a high tackle, not offside. Remy Casti felt the effects of that actually. I'm not sure who it was who put the high shot on him. And they're going to go for 2 with Catalan here. What do you think to that, Joe?
Well, it shows respect for the opposition, certainly. It shows that they don't necessarily think they can break the Rovers down, and definitely it means that they can waste some time preparing for this conversion. Luke Boss definitely taking all the time he can get. The kicking team's not even onto the field yet. And you can be sure that this will be an absolute eternity before you would expect them to send us between the uprights from just over 30 metres out.
Referee has stopped the clock though, I presume, at this point in time, so...
Ultimately though, it does wear you down when you've only got 12 players on the field, so even when you're not wasting time with regards to getting your sin-bin player back on the field, you are giving a rest to those 12 men.
Yeah, you are indeed. So this kick is 30 metres out just to the right of the uprights. It shouldn't be a problem for Luke Walsh to be successful, but we shall see. More music. building up the
Do
atmosphere.
with Eye of the Tiger in the build-up to these kicks, but Luke Walsh does finally strike the ball. Sure enough, he does send it between the uprights and extends that Catalan lead.
He does, so Catalan 2 points ahead of Featherstone. 17 minutes of play gone, still down to 12 men at this moment in time at Catalan. Kyron Johnson it will be who restart the game with a kick-off. Taken cleanly by Catalan, but that's good defence there by James Lockwood. Meeting the Catalan player as he takes it forward to the 20-metre line. Samoa now with the ball, taking it forward towards the 30. Catalan fans not happy. They're thinking that Featherstone are laying on in the tackle. Oro now with the ball and still within their own 40 at the moment. A Catalan Samoa gets the ball away. Oh, it's almost an interception by John Davis. If he'd have taken that, his try line would have been there, I think, for him, wouldn't it? He'd have been racing away.
Fancied there'd have been a couple tracking him, but there would equally have been Featherstone players in support. It'd have been a fantastic chance for the Rovers. Instead, though, it's going to be a restart of the Catalan set.
It's a shame because it was a really sloppy pass from Samoa as well, and Davies had spotted it. And
it really was, and
Catalan
if you punish them for that once, then it stops them playing that expansive brand of rugby outside of the front row from the start for the rest of the game.
It does, and Catalan have come up with the reward of a scrum from that, so they're up to halfway, Catalan with the ball now, and there's a scoot from dummy half there by Da Costa. Takes it a further 10 metres forward. Once again, calls for laying on in the tackle. Samoa keeps hold of the ball this time and takes it up to the 30. And they're back to full complement, I do believe, a Catalan now as Garcia's returned onto the field. Myler now with the ball in hand, he takes it himself, and that was a great tackle, but by Sam Brooks, and it's the last tackle now. Walsh puts a kick to the corner for Turner. It's patted forward by Inu. That's going to be a knock-on. The referee's going to go to the video screen, but Kyron Johnson wanted a quick 20-metre tap, and he says, "Come on, ref, it was a clear knock-on." I mean, we could see the
disappointing for that for me.
Yeah.
It might be proved wrong, but it looked a plumber's day not gone over the line. Opportunity for the quick tap with so many players committed to chasing that ball, and Kyron Johnson could well have been away. We know what blistering pace he has.
It's crazy, isn't it? This is where the video ref really does fall down, because for me, Inu knocks it on, and I don't think it was even grounded cleanly anyway, so, you know, 20-metre restart, let's get on with the game.
Ultimately, that's what touch judges are for, because we're in a much better position than the referee certainly was to judge that. He's almost dead behind the ball from that angle, and it's very difficult for him to see whose hand that comes off. I can see the issue from his point of view, but the touch judge should be able to pick that up, we would feel.
But we've had 3 or 4 looks at this now, you know, it's clearly a no try. 20-metre restart, there you go. We could have been doing this 3 minutes ago, couldn't we? And now look at Catalan, they're all lined up.
Not too fussed, Joe. My plane leaves at the same time, but once you've seen one replay, you've seen them all. I just wanted Kyron Johnson to be able to play with that straight away, launch Featherstone Rovers down the field, whilst the Catalan defence was struggling to get back.
Exactly, but Featherstone get a penalty, so laying on in the tackle, interference at the ruck, so that's a good outcome for Featherstone on the first play of that set of 6, and they're going to put the ball to touch. They're going to get some time in the Catalan half here, which is all important. Position and possession, that's what this game's all about. We've got 2 balls on the field at the moment, so going to ask for the second ball to be removed as the tap is taken by Featherstone. It goes to Wildy, to Thackeray, back to Mariano. Mariano's on the 40, the Catalan 40. Referee shouts held. They're trying to wrestle away is Mariano. The Catalan players, Brooks now taking it forward up to the 30. Carlisle in at dummy half to Lockwood. Lockwood with a pass. Connor Farrell does ever so well to take that pass around his knees.
That was well retrieved from Farrell. Crucial for the Rovers, but a penalty again. That looks like it's for moving off the mark.
I think
it's given to the Dragons.
I think it was for wrestling Luke Walsh away. He was trying to tell Papa, the captain's going up to the referee now to ask. For what I could see, we can see the slow motion. Luke Walsh wasn't getting off him, and he pushed him away. Why is that a penalty? I don't understand.
The issue is, if Luke Walsh goes at him and he is seen to just be playing the ball, then a penalty's always going to be given against Farrell.
Yeah.
The moment that he makes it clear that he is pushing at Walsh, then that's the clear penalty to give for the referee. The referee's always going to give the one he sees. So, if you make it blatantly obvious by pushing at Walsh, he's going to give that.
Featherstone get the ball,
Featherstone come away with it. John Davis scooping up possession of the ball. The referee's going to award a scrum here, though.
To Catalan. I thought that Catalan lost the ball forward there, and I'd certainly say that they did. He's saying that there was a hand in the ruck, but we just even looked at the slow motion, and that didn't come across to us. Puzzling. So Catalan fortunate there to get the ball in that situation. Luke Walsh across to Inu, who dodges, sidesteps on the inside and takes 3 Featherstone players with him. 25 metres out now. Catalan, and the roar goes up once again.
Samo taking up this drive, the real meter eater for Catalan Dragons. He's got 2,500 metres this season. That's over 500 more than any other player in this team.
That's impressive. It comes across to Myler, and they're spreading it wide here at Catalan. Featherstone defence is going to have to hold firm, but it does. Looking to push them into touch, but don't quite get there. Messi play the ball 5 metres out. Coming back into the middle. Remy Casti, that's a great tackle there.
Featherstone Rovers defence jumping up, seeing what was happening there.
Walsh puts the kick through now for Horro to chase. Don't think he got that ball down. There's a Featherstone player down, injured by the looks of it. He's gone to the video ref again as the ref.
Kyron Johnson over there. He does look to be okay as we go to video referee's decision.
So the ball was put through by Luke Walsh. Oro was chasing it. I didn't think he got it down, but we're at a funny angle here where you can't see what the video can see. So here we go. No, it bounces off his elbow. No way did he get that down. So that's going to be a 20-metre restart for Featherstone Rovers.
Mrs. Talapapa does a fantastic job of jostling for position there with her. Really puts him under pressure, and ultimately it's the main reason he can't get to that ball. It's fantastic work from the smaller centre.
It's those hidden things, isn't it, that as the try is refused, it is those hidden things that make all the difference that people often don't pick up on. So it is a 20-metre restart. Scott Turner with the ball. 7 tackles here for Featherstone. He takes it forward himself, sorry Joe.
Ultimately that's as valuable as a try save and tackle. It looks more impressive when you make the dramatic try saving tackle in the corner, but Mrs. Talapapa there, just by obstructing the man, by jostling for position with him, he's prevented points for this Catalan Dragons team now as he earns a penalty for Featherstone Rovers. He is a real asset to this team.
Hey, what a shock. Didn't have his best game against Hull KR, I felt, last week, but he's certainly back on form tonight, is Missy. I noticed there that Horro went for Missy before and totally missed him, so Luke Cooper's on the field for Sam Brooks. Sam Brooks has had a good stint starting at prop today, but Cooper equally good replacement as the ball comes to Thackeray. Featherstone 40 metres out from that Catalan line.
Thackeray very much crowded out. This Catalan team clearly spotting that most of the Rovers play comes through him.
Lockwood now with the ball 30 metres out. Carlisle waiting patiently for that ball to be played. And it comes across to Thackeray once again. A short pass to Davis, but that's a great tackle because Davis was charging through, and I think Davis is actually knocked on.
Yeah, this Catalan team making sure that they're stacking in. They're looking for the short runners, which can be very useful for the Rovers, but if they can look to send it out wide, then there are gaps appearing.
Oh, but here we go now. 7 minutes gone in this game. It is Catalan 8, Featherstone 6. The scrum's been set on the 30 metre, the Catalan 30 metre. Is it black lace? It's the black lace greatest party hits, I think. So, Catalan with the ball from that scrum. Good defence from Featherstone, driving Catalan back, not letting them get through. Certainly standing firm.
Casti bringing up the ball, but 3 Featherstone men around him. Fantastic work from the Rovers.
Samoa, again, he gets the ball out the back door though to Garcia, who gets it to Horo. Horo was looking for somebody, but nobody was there.
Talapapa and Horo having a real battle today as Inu takes the ball from the forward ruck, sends it inside, but again, there's Rovers men in attendance.
30 metres out now, Catalan are from that Rovers line. Comes across to Walsh. What's Walsh going to do? He's going to put a kick through. Not sure if that was the try. Catalan get over that try line, but I'm not sure if it was a snifter of offside there.
It looked very tight. The referee's rightly taking it to the screen. I honestly wasn't sure there. It looked virtually dead on, but the referee's close to it. He's decided to take it to the screen. He's looking very tight from it.
Well, I thought it was just offside, but it's about when the ball leaves the boot, and perhaps he is just onside as that happens. Great timed run if he was.
It looked about dead level, and on the slow-mo replay, it looks about dead level.
Yeah, I think he's going to look at the ground in here, so he is dead level.
Yeah.
He lands short, but he does roll over. Does he get the ball down? Briscoe trying to prevent the ball from going down, but it looks as though Braden William has got the ball down over that line, so that is a Catalan score. For me anyway, I don't know about you, Joe.
Video referee appears to be rolling this on. He's definitely looking for another angle, so he's not sure from that angle. Looks like the on-field decision was a try though, so he has to have reasonable evidence to overrule that decision. Definitely can't see anything from that angle.
For me, it's not there isn't any evidence to overrule it, to be honest.
It looked like a try to me. If that's onside, it definitely looks like a try.
Yeah, for me the only doubt was the offside, but Briscoe, valiant effort.
Yeah, he's got to give the try here, without a doubt almost.
Tries being given. Catalan go further ahead. It's Catalan 12, Featherstone 6. After 30 minutes of play in this game here in the south of France, as Daniel Igbenadian enters the field for James Lockwood.
It's disappointing for the Rovers. They've been definitely competing well against this Dragons side, but all of a sudden a kick out of relatively no threat reaps rewards for the Dragons.
So William it was who went in for Catalan Dragons. More difficult, challenging conversion attempts for Luke Walsh here, right out on that left-hand touch line. But he's a prolific kicker. Man of many talents.
Well, those Dragons mascots' jaws dropping in anticipation already as Walsh lines up the kick.
It's unsuccessful. It's 12 points to 6, so it was an important kick that really, because Featherstone are still within one score, one converted try of Catalan Dragons. 10 minutes left, 9 minutes left in this half.
Well, Danny Igbenadian comes onto the field for Featherstone Rovers here then, yet to really impose himself upon the side. Not too much in this game though. Some big forwards in the opposite pack. Featherstone Rovers pack lacking today. This is a real opportunity for them.
It is. So Featherstone, the kick-off, and Catalan get the ball away out of the back door. That's something Featherstone need to just watch out for, those offloads. As Igbenadian goes in for the first tackle and gives a penalty away. That's not what you want to do with your first tackle on the pitch, is it?
There's imposing yourself, and then there's going too far, and ultimately gives away a penalty there. He's let the Catalan team know he's there. It's early in the tackle count. If you're going to give a penalty away, then that's the time, particularly in the centre of the field. but it's definitely not ideal for the Rovers.
It's not, and on the back of the chain, they got that ball out the back door again. Like I say,
one, move, Connor! Hold, go. This is still one.
And the ball goes to the ground. Tierney picks it up though. Thackeray's chasing him. He gets away from Thackeray.
Surrender!
Luke Cooper tries to get Tierney, but the referee says he called held. Tierney plays the ball on the Featherstone 40. Catalan looking a little bit rejuvenated since that try.
Yeah, they look purposeful and they look more composed now. They feel as though they're in control of the game. Luke Walsh definitely running the show for them.
Certainly is. It's perhaps something that Featherstone will talk about in the half-time interval, about how to keep Luke Walsh quiet, because everything's going to him at the moment. There's a move on here for Catalan, and the ball's being taken forward there by Jason Baltieri. It's the last tackle. He gets tackled a metre short. What are Catalan going to do? Offside. There's actually a try to Catalan. There's a scoop from dummy half. I was just going to say that Keil Carlisle looked offside. He looked to get the quick mark off the mark, but it didn't matter because the try came from dummy half.
Hugely disappointing from the Rovers. You definitely don't want to concede a try like that. Benjamin Garcia, loose forward, just jumping at hooker, leaping over the line, and the Featherstone Rovers defence just wasn't ready for it.
When Igbenadian gave that penalty away, I did say it was on the back of a Catalan try. What we didn't want to do was give away more possession to Catalan and more metres, and that's what we'd done through that penalty. So it was giving Catalan the chance. It gave them, like you say, more purpose and composure. They were going forward. They've got over that try line. Looks like Inu's going to do the conversion attempt rather than Luke Walsh, interestingly.
Disappointing to see that in the play before that there were a couple of missed tackles from the Rovers, and that gave Catalan the opportunity. Ultimately they wouldn't have been able to scoot over the line from a short distance had they not been within a short distance, of course.
And it was offloads as well. You know, they've been managing, even with 3 or 4 Featherstone players around them, to offload out the back door, and that's creating a broken defensive line, and Catalan being going forward many metres.
You've got 2 choices in rugby. You commit men to the tackle, in which case you have to wrap it up. You can't allow offloads. But if offloads are going to happen and you accept that, you can't commit 2 men to the tackle, otherwise you're leaving gaps in your line.
Inu 15 metres in from that left-hand touch line. Not sure why he's got kicking duties now instead of Walsh. Perhaps Walsh is just feeling it a little bit.
If Walsh has picked up a niggle, then why cause concern? Inu's a capable kicker, and here he is lining up this one.
It's high. I think it didn't go through the post. I think it went over the post. So that is successful. It's 18 points to 6 now. That puts a very different spin on the scoreline, doesn't it, here in Perpignan. 4 minutes left to the half-time interval. As Johnson prepares to kick off. Finds the turf, but Featherstone Rovers' on-rushing defence is good, and the tackle, the Catalan player on the 20-metre line. Coming into the middle now, Igbenadian and Cooper in the tackle. Igbenadian wrestling away with the Catalan player. He needs to just be careful as Samoa brings it forward over the 40.
Igbenadian's been sent onto the field with a mission. This game hasn't been going Featherstone Rovers' way, so he has to take this match with the intensity.
Great play by Thackeray to track Inu there, who was looking to get down this right-hand side. Walsh once again with the ball. It's taken forward by Baltieri. It's the last tackle, the 30 metres out of Catalan. Coming across to that man Luke Walsh once again to put the kick. It's a high floating kick for Johnson. Johnson takes it cleanly though, and he gets clattered to the floor a metre away by Inu and Horo.
Good work from Johnson, and now Featherstone Rovers look to escape, but the Catalan defence is up on them quickly.
Good play the ball though, and Josh Hardcastle bringing it forward. He takes it towards that 30-metre line, and Featherstone looking to get out of the Catalan half. That's good quick play of the balls and good play by Briscoe as he takes it forward as well.
Scragged to the ground there by Louis Anderson, but ultimately Featherstone Rovers get up quickly and play the ball. Now it comes inside to Cooper, and Cooper gets them just shy of the halfway line now on the 5th and last tackle.
Comes to Wildy on the right-hand side. He's taken late there, is Wildy, as he puts the kick in, and it's nothing given, but for me, I thought it was, let's say, a late challenge.
As the ball goes, it's a fair challenge ultimately, and to me that's more or less the way things are going. It would be interesting to see the slow motion replay though.
Sam Mower it was. He's left the field after that challenge on Wildy. So Casty's taking it forward. Tackle there by Brad Tagg, who's on the field. Decent. I think it's his first tackle. That was a decent one.
It's a decent start for the young lad.
Last tackle here for Catalan. They're playing it. It's the last tackle. And they've made a mistake here. Oh, and the penalty. That's a killer. I think it was a high tackle, but it was on the last.
Hugely disappointing for the Rovers. They've done so well to hold Catalan out there, and now they just invite more pressure upon themselves.
Conor Farrell it was who came in a little bit high. Talapapa asking the referee, but that's a killer. It was the last tackle, and they messed up at Catalan. They tried running the ball, and so they're putting the ball to touch. They're fancying themselves again.
Ultimately, you'd be fancying Catalan too, because every time they attack this line, they are looking dangerous now as they shift the ball out wide and they play it inside, just 5 metres short of this Rovers line.
Ball's played, it comes back into the middle with Luke Walsh. He gets it away, and there's a run around it.
Turner's come away with the ball. He's looking to break away. He's got back in support.
He's the length of the field. It's Scott Turner. He's going to go to the left. Keep going, Scott. He gets it to Thackeray. Thackeray goes over the line for Featherstone Rovers. Thackeray's going to go under the sticks. Featherstone score from nothing there.
An unbelievable turning of the tables for Featherstone Rovers. Scott Turner makes the interception. He's got blistering pace. He gets away from the Catalan chasers. Eventually, they manage to catch up with him, but he's got that composure. He spots Thackeray on the inside of him, finds him with the offload, and Thackeray, cool as you like, finds his way beneath the sticks. He's made it an easy conversion for Kyron Johnson.
Luke Walsh it was that passed it straight into Scott Turner's hands, and Scott Turner said, "Oh, thank you," and then he said, "That's a very long way to run. I'll carry on going, I'll carry on going." Thackeray's just there waiting for him, and Thackeray takes it. Great support play by Anthony Thackeray. Takes it under the sticks for Kyron Johnson to have a fairly easy conversion right on the stroke of half-time. That puts Featherstone Rovers right back in contention in this game.
A huge well done to Anthony Thackeray. Vincent Dupont is over here on the wing on this side, and if Scott Turner had played that ball inside to Thackeray any earlier, Dupont would have been able to make up the ground on the halfback. Instead, though, he waits for the winger to come, catch pace with him, haul him to the ground, makes that offload at the final possible moment, and it makes it an easy try for Thackeray to score.
And an easy conversion attempt for Kyron Johnson. Time's called off. He puts it through the middle, so Featherstone get back within 6 points of the Catalan Dragons. That looks a much healthier scoreline to be going into the half-time interval with.
Yeah, Featherstone Rovers can definitely be pleased with what they've done there. Breakaway try, probably not deserved in the current period of the game, but they should have been closer earlier doors in the match. They were unfortunate with the way they'd come under the cosh. It's probably a fair reflection in terms of the scoreline now. As it stands, Featherstone Rovers with a real chance in this match.
Inu taking the kick-off as well, not Luke Walsh, so I'd say there's something not quite right with Luke Walsh. Perhaps they're preserving him for his ball handling skills rather than his kicking skills.
You'd fancy he has got a niggle, and the Featherstone Rovers players have got to notice that ultimately.
They have, so Inu with the kick-off. It's a long, deep one for Johnson to take. He takes it cleanly, gets it to Cooper. Cooper's met by three tacklers from Catalan.
Igbinedian's looking enthusiastic here. He's looking for the ball, but instead it goes right to Davis. Davis taking 3 men into the tackle room and gets Featherstone Rovers beyond the 20 metres.
Don't think he's had the ball yet, hasn't Igbinedian? It goes to Cooper. He shapes to pass, but decides to keep hold. Just short of the 30-metre mark. Carlisle in at dummy half. Gets it to Igbinedian now. Takes it forward, not quite fully charging forward there. We'd like to see him run on, perhaps be a bit deeper, I think. It's Brad Tagg now with the ball. Just over the 40. Wilde is going to put the kick in again. Another late challenge on Matty Wilde. He's on the floor. Surely the referee's got to look at this.
Lewis Turney there trips as he's coming towards the Rovers line, but the Rovers line are straight on him to capitalise on that. And Catalan 25 metres out from their sticks starting this set.
Matty Wilde limping back to position. He felt that challenge by Louis Anderson. They're certainly targeting him as he's
definitely being targeted whenever he's on the kick.
And Catalan looking to get away now.
Great leg tackle there from Talapapa to hold Remy Casti to the ground. Catalan get the quick play, bring it to the right side. Walsh steps on the inside, plays it back in.
Balsieri now with the ball. They're still passing it. Catalan at the moment. Featherstone need to wrap it up. It's going out to that left-hand side, and Featherstone has stretched defensively. Great tackle though out there.
Fantastic cover work. It's Wilde.
Comes to Luke Walsh, but Catalan are 10 metres away from the Featherstone line. It's the last tackle, 8 metres away from the Featherstone line they are. And it goes to that left-hand side. They've dropped the ball off Catalan. So
Richie Myler there, that is an absolute nightmare of a moment for the half-back. It's going to be a turnover to the Rovers when they had a clear chance of scoring points.
They certainly did, and we thought it was near to half-time because we haven't got a clock here to sort of tell us when it is half-time, but can't quite see it on the big screen, but it's showing 4 minutes past 7 here French time, and it should be half-time. 4 minutes left, I've been told.
We've had a couple of video referee decisions which have probably taken some time away. There's Talapapa gets the ball away to Carlisle. Carlisle gets it onto Hardcastle. Hardcastle can't find his man. Instead, Catalan have come away with possession. The penalty, though, is given to Featherstone Rovers. Ball steal awarded. And so it's going to be Featherstone Rovers kick to touch. 4 minutes left on the clock. They'll be starting his set in the Catalan half. A clear ball steal there, as we see it on the slow motion replay on Hardcastle there. Hardcastle, of course, a threat that Catalan will never come up against.
So Featherstone with his tap on the Catalan 40. Comes to Thackeray. Thackeray with an early kick now. He's put it through for Turner to chase. Not really the best. Tierney comes up with the
bizarre
ball.
option from the Rovers for me. They are the part-time team playing against the full-time Super League squad. Surely they want to make use of all their time with ball in hand.
I think they must have thought that there was less time to half-time, but it's actually 2 minutes and 39. As there's an injury down there for Catalan. Strange option. Strange option indeed. All I can think is the thought that there were seconds left.
It is bizarre though. Appears to be Vincent Dupont who's down on the field for Catalan. Struggling with an injury. He's definitely mobile though. On his way to his feet. There's some whistling from the Catalan crowd.
I think they've just seen something on the slow motion. But we've gone to adverts, we can't see it ourselves. Remy Casti struggling to get to his feet. He's not a man who lays down, is he? Very easily.
No, definitely no. He's a long-serving Catalan player. He's a man you would expect to step up for a team like this. An experienced pro, and it'd be unusual for him to go down for no reason.
Whatever happened in the tackle there, the penalty, no, it's play the ball. So there's no penalty, it's actually gone on report as that incident. The Catalan fans saw something on the slow motion replay, we didn't see anything. So, as you were, 2 minutes 20 left in this first half. It seems to have gone up for
Great work from Luke Cooper there, looking to slow down the ball alongside Brad. Walsh then finds the kick away. It's got to be Kyron Johnson who retrieves it and brings it into the side. Ducks down to the outside of Turner. A bit of a breakdown in communication there, but ultimately Featherstone Rovers come away with it, send it inside to Talapapa. Talapapa takes it up, but he's met by 4 Catalan Dragons men. Always going to be a tough task for the centre.
Connor Farrell now with the ball.
Featherstone just getting outgunned. They're going up against too many of the Catalan players. They just need to send this ball into the first man, make sure he has that option on the outside of him, take up some of those Catalan defenders.
So Featherstone struggling to get out of their half at the moment. Is that Josh Walters that's on the field, just taking the ball forward? It's the last tackle. Carlisle kicks from dummy half. That looks like a decent kick. Going towards that touchline. They just keep it in the field of play and almost make a mess to Catalan there. Nearly knock on with it, but they do come up with the ball. It's 15 metres away from the try line.
It's Food Yahad, the young French international there, showing his inexperience. Just looking a little shaky with that kick behind from Carlisle. Smart play from the hooker.
It was a decent kick from Keil Carlisle, that, wasn't it?
Definitely the case. He just spotted that gap behind the wing end. Sure enough, went for it. Featherstone come away with the ball. Thackeray can't quite find a man on the outside of him, and it looks like the referee's going to take that for the first. So Featherstone are going to come away with the scrum. 30 metres out from the Catalan line. Not long left on the clock.
42 seconds left on the clock it is. Featherstone set that scrum very quickly there. They're going to get a chance.
They're going to have 2 maximum 3 plays here, Joe.
Need to be creative with this, don't they? Need to be thinking now, what are they going to do from this scrum?
Definitely. For me, you've got to go with a scrum move from the off. You've got less players in that defensive line. It's a fantastic opportunity. They've got to look to score the try from the off.
Thackeray puts the ball in scrum. It comes out the back with Carlisle, gives it to Wildy. Wildy to Talapapa.
Boring decision for me, unfortunately. Talapapa, a very talented player, but he's going to struggle to run through that many men.
Certainly is. It goes to Luke Cooper, who takes it forward.
Featherstone have got to be lining something up here. There's men available to the fringes, but Catalan are wise to it.
Putting a kick through, it goes behind Inu. Inu's being chased by Thackeray. I think he'll escape Thackeray. Turner faces Inu straight on and pulls him to the floor. That was a crashing tackle by Inu. Great play there by Featherstone Rovers. Good defensive set to end this half at the moment. And there goes that half-time hooter. Featherstone Rovers trailing here by 18 points to 12 in Perpignan, but I'd say that was a good half by Featherstone, a solid half.
Not important to me that it was a good half by Featherstone. What's more important is that it was an exciting half of rugby. Featherstone Rovers, we wanted them in this middle age for such spectacles as this, and they've definitely been involved in one there in that first half. It's just a bonus that they were well and truly competing. Let's not kid ourselves, Joe, and Featherstone Rovers could well go on to kick on in this second half and possibly go on and get something out of this match.
Well, they've come through injury-free as well, which is important. They're looking fresh at the players as they go off, and I think Luke Walsh, I think he has got some niggles going on out there. That might bite us on the bum, that comment, but, you know, maybe that's something that they'll look at half-time and say, come on, we need to target this guy.
The Catalan Dragons had a stint in that first half with 12 men as well. That might well even things out in terms of Featherstone being semi-pro and Catalan having something taken out of them with the extra work rate they had to put in during that 10-minute stint.
We're going to go for a break now. Join us in about 8 minutes. Back for the second half, don't go away. Welcome back to Stade Gilbert Brutus as Featherstone Rovers take to the field. 18-12, they are trailing here in the south of France. Joe, what do you reckon Featherstone Rovers have got in the bag for this second half?
Well, it's always going to be difficult for a part-time team playing against a full-time team, particularly away from home. And not to mention, of course, the obvious factor in all of this, the fact that they've travelled early in the morning to play in the south of France. However, this is a massive occasion, and for a lot of those players, a massive opportunity. And ultimately, you can't quite meet that for Catalan. For them, it could be just another home game. It's important, don't get me wrong, it's vitally important if they want to secure their Super League status for next season, but
Yeah, can you hear me? I've got you,
it
Ben.
can be difficult to build it up in the same way for them as it will be built up for these Featherstone Rovers players as they now restart the second half with this kickoff from Kyron Johnson. They really need to be up for this. I think they could well be though, and if they are, they could definitely challenge for the points here.
Go.
There's a battering ram run there from Catalan, skittling the Featherstone Rovers defenders. That was a first.
Hold. Go.
Up there.
Oscar with that first carry, and he is an absolute behemoth of the man.
He's huge, isn't he? He's huge. Go. So Catalan already looking to get into the Featherstone half. They're going to get tackled on halfway.
Release ball. Go.
As they do, and they're looking lively with the ball, but that's good tackling there by John Davis and Luke Cooper. It's the last tackle.
Go.
Catalan are on the Featherstone 40. Walsh puts the kick in. It's a high floating one. Johnson takes it well. Just in the field of play, he gets taken to the ground.
Move.
Away from that Featherstone try line.
Johnson's had his issues under the high ball this season, but he has looked very confident under the tactical kicking game of Luke Walsh tonight. Definitely looked like a sure pair of hands.
Good shielding as well from his teammates to protect him while he takes that ball. It's all about doing it for the team and protecting your teammate when those high kicks come in. Talapapa trying to get to his feet to play the ball. It takes an age. Luke Cooper now with the ball takes it up to the 40. It's the last tackle. Featherstone not got very far in this set of six. Thackeray to Wildy. Wildy's standing a little bit deeper. He gets the ball away, but it's going to go down Tierney's throat on his own 20-metre line. Not the best of kicks from Featherstone, but they were having to kick from within their own half, and Tierney gets tackled on the 30.
That's definitely lacking from the Rovers. They just weren't gaining the metres that they needed, and that just didn't give the right platform for Wildy to send that kick in.
Yaha got tackled there, and then the ball's taken forward by Casti. Takes it over the 40. So Catalan looking to stamp their authority in this second half, and that is a good drive forward. Featherstone desperately trying to cling on with Josh Walters. Walsh running across the line, and Catalan, Inu,
absolutely criminal from Krishnan. He had his man on the outside of him. Catalan with a clear chance of coming away with points there. All he had to do was feed Vincent Dupont, and they were a surefire bet. As it stands, though, an absolute criminal knockoff.
It was almost as if he'd got too much advantage there. There was 2-on-1, wasn't there? Featherstone defence were broken. They had one person against Inu and Dupont. It wasn't going to happen, though. Featherstone get the put in at the scrum. They get a massive let-off from that as Talapapa takes it forward towards his own 40. It's important that Featherstone get a good attacking set of six here. Try to break through that Catalan defence, get into the half for the kickers to have that platform to get the ball away. Josh Walters now takes it up to the halfway line. On the third, it comes to Brad Tagg. That looks like a high shot there. Not given by the referee. By Baltieri. It comes across now to Wildy, to Johnson. Johnson finds a little gap. He tries to go on the inside, and it's a high shot again from Baltieri, and this time the referee picks it up. Actually, it's not Baltieri, it's Louis Anderson.
Fantastic little burst from Johnson. Just sends Featherstone Rovers on the attack. Gives them a real opportunity here, just short of the line. 20 metres out from it. Starting the set, absolutely fantastic position, and just from spotting that gap and being willing to have the courage to go and try and exploit it, go and try and attack this Catalan team. Run with the ball.
Carlisle on the 20 takes the tap. He gets it to Wildy. Wildy to Cooper. Cooper backs into the tackle, is put to the floor 15 metres out, is wriggling away, wanting to get a quick play of the ball. It's Mrs. Walters out, goes to Wildy. Wildy holds on to the ball.
Wise decision from Wildy there. Catalan had jumped up on the outside, ready for the interception.
And Cooper now takes the ball towards the post. It's 5 metres away. Carlisle in at dummy half. It comes across to Thackeray. Thackeray puts a little kick through for Talapapa to chase. There's a fumble by Catalan. I think they've grounded the ball behind the line, so that'll be a dropout. Great kick from Thackeray.
Hugely dangerous kick from Thackeray. Perfect positioning. Talapapa very aware to it. The most alert player on the field. Chasing that down. The Catalan defence must have felt him breathing down their necks as he went in for that ball. As it stands, though, it's going to be a dropout for the Dragons, and Featherstone able to apply more pressure.
Yeah, it's a decent spell from Featherstone here. Wildy getting frustrated, saying, what's going on here? Are we not taking this dropout? It's only just gone to pick the ball up, as Chris Menino. Dropouts are crazy in rugby league, in English rugby, well, in the European Super League and the European Rugby League, because they don't have the time limit. Inu eventually takes it. It's coming towards the touchline. Johnson has to jump to get it, and he passes on the inside to Cooper. But the Catalan chasers are there because the ball had bounced. They'd managed to get up the field to meet Cooper. It's 35 metres out. It's a pass to Thackeray. It was cut out by Walsh. That was good play by Walsh. So Thackeray had to get it on the inside to Josh Walters.
Good that Walters was there on the option. Carlisle then getting a quick play, sending it to his left flank.
Taggart is there with the ball on the floor. He's 25 metres out. It comes to Walters again. Walters gets the ball to Cooper. Cooper was just looking for somebody on his right hand side.
Featherstone running with that option now. It's really opening possibilities for them.
Wildy, he gets smashed. He's tackled, he's just got over the 10 metre line, but it is the last tackle, so you can bet that this does go to Thackeray. It doesn't. Carlisle goes to Cooper in the middle. Poor last tackle option there from Featherstone. You feel as though Carlisle maybe didn't realise that it was the last tackle, and I have a feeling it should have gone to the left to Thackeray.
Cooper definitely wasn't the right option there. There's a bit of afters there between Cooper and Louis Anderson of the Catalan Dragons. The referee doesn't think anything of it, though. Just says Catalan need to get on and play the ball. Featherstone need a huge defensive set here with pressure, and that's unfortunate for them that the Dragons are able to break away in such a fashion as that.
And William almost got away, and he got tackled to the floor, casting out with the ball. They're looking to get a roll on here. Horo now takes it forward up to the 40 metre line. Cooper and Farrell in with the tackle. Horo dives to the floor, and the penalty's given. I think that he's been kidded a little bit as the referee, so Catalan gonna get the penalty. Disappointing, really, just going back to that last tackle option by Featherstone. Felt that they should have used it a little bit more intelligently. It was as though they didn't know that it was the last tackle. Anyway, Remy Casti now taking it forward. He's met by John Davis, though, and Keil Carlisle. That was a good tackle.
Last week, Hull KR capitalised on opportunities and Featherstone didn't. This week, if they want points from this game, they need to capitalise on their opportunities.
Catalan, though, in a dangerous position here. They're 25 metres away. Luke Walsh with the ball once again, and they're throwing it across their field of play, and there's a dodge on the inside, but
Tierney looking very dangerous there.
Davis with a great tackle. Again, Catalan looking down his left-hand side, and they're looking to squeeze over the try line, but Featherstone defence just in. It comes back to Myler. It's going on to the middle. It looked a suspicious pass there to the Catalan player, that he gets tackled 5 metres out. I'm not sure he got to his feet to play the ball. Referee says it's a turnover. It was the last tackle, and they went for the power play and almost came off for them there, Catalan, but great defence again from Featherstone to deny Catalan the points, but they're having to play the ball on their own try line, and Catalan defence are up really quickly on them.
Desperate defence from the Rovers, but it comes off for them. Catalan going for the power play, much the same as Keil Carlisle opted to do for the Rovers in their last attacking set. It comes off on either side. Perhaps it's the case of who dares wins in this match.
It is, and Talapapa bounces Garcia, and he throws the ball, but Featherstone weren't really alert to it. Walters gets it, and it's actually a penalty for Featherstone Rovers.
Featherstone needed that. Featherstone needed that get out of jail free card to be handed to them by the Dragons, and now they're going to be in a decent position to start this set.
And there's a number of water carriers coming onto the field for Catalan. 4 I count out there. Never seen as many water carriers at one time.
There's a fair few. There's definitely a decent number out there.
Yeah, 4. 3 blues and a yellow. Thackeray with the kick to touch. Featherstone going to take the tap on their own 40. Farrell with the ball, he hesitated a little bit there. Inu dumps him to the ground, wrestles him to the ground, takes a while to get to his feet. Tag takes it over the halfway line. Carlisle gets it to Cooper. Featherstone looking a little bit jaded out there. I'm not sure if Duffy will think about introducing some substitutions at some point, but Farrell now on the Catalan 40. He had Talapapa running through at the side of him, but he wasn't able to get the ball away. There is a substitution. Come on, James Lockwood's entered the field. It comes now across to Wildy. Wildy to Hardcastle. Hardcastle gets it back to
Great
Johnson.
offload from Hardcastle. Johnson then looking dangerous on the inside. Doesn't find a ball to the inside of him. There he is then on the 4th. Plays it to Carlisle. Carlisle sends it inside to Walters. Walters looks to Thackeray on the left side of him. Thackeray's kicked through. Talapapa's chasing. Talapapa can't claim it though. It's going to be another dropout though. And Featherstone Rovers really pressuring the Catalan Dragon team.
Yeah, it was the last tackle. They were playing it forward, and then Thackeray put a delightful kick through for Talapapa to chase, and he chased it. Tierney had no option but to catch that ball over his try line, so we've got a dropout. No doubt we'll get a little break in play, as it looks as though Sam Moa's going to come back on the field.
Talapapa and Thackeray really operating in sync down that left-hand channel. Talapapa appears to know exactly the moments when Thackeray's going to send in that grubber kick, and he is right on the defensive player who's going to be receiving it.
I think it was Luke Cooper that James Lockwood replaced.
Yeah, there appears to be no Featherstone man here. Scrum cap on the field, so Cooper looks to have gone. James Lockwood, what's he capable of adding to this team now he's returned to the field?
Brad Tagg takes it up to the Catalan 30. Carlisle in at dummy half. He gets it to James Lockwood, driving it forward. 25 metres out now from that Catalan line, and it comes to Josh Walters. Walters to Wildy. Wildy looked to get a pass to John Davis. It went to the floor though, and Catalan come up with a ball.
Featherstone looking to force the issue, and it's just not working out for them. Sometimes a little bit of composure is required when they know they have tackles in the back.
It is, and Catalan come up with the ball. They're on their own 30. It comes to Luke Walsh. Out to Inu. He misses Horo out. It was a long pass to Inu, who brings it in field. 3 Featherstone tacklers in there. Casti taking it forward. Good defence by Featherstone. Casti gets tackled on his own 40. Da Costa in at dummy half. He's entered back onto the field as well as Alrix Da Costa. It's the last tackle. They're just short of the Featherstone 40. The kick comes through, and Johnson should pick this up cleanly. It bounces just in front of him, and he does, and he takes it up to 15 metres away from his own line. Thackeray in at dummy half, gets it to Scott Turner. Turner takes it over the 20. Talapapa now.
Talapapa looked for the offload option though, decides to keep it. That's a wise decision from the centre. The ball now played inside to Hardcastle. Hardcastle, that's a good little half break from him and gets Featherstone Rovers just shy of the halfway line. Thackeray now plays it out to Brooks. Brooks gets the offload away to Wildy. Wildy to Davis. Davis taps it on. Now Briscoe bringing it down this right side for the Rovers, the Catalan team. The Catalan fans are not pleased there with the referee. The knock-on awarded to Briscoe. Against Briscoe, but 40 metres out from the Catalan line, the Dragons are going to be awarded this scrum.
It was going to be the last tackle there. Briscoe, he was trying to get to his feet, and it was good play by Sam Brooks. Got it away. It was a forward pass from John Davis to Briscoe in the first instance, I must admit. Wasn't picked up by the officials. And then Briscoe was trying to get to his feet to play the ball, and interference there, perhaps he felt, but the outcome was that the referee decided that Briscoe had just lost control and Catalan get the scrum on their own 40 as Hardcastle's just receiving some treatment down there on the field.
Interesting that the sound system decides to play Stevie Wonder's Superstitious when there's a controversial call made. It's not the first time that the sound system's decided to go for the opportune song for the time. It's also not one I've heard on the playlist so far today. So
it's a new one, isn't it? Yeah. So
seems a little suspicious.
So from this scrum, comes to Sam Mower. Sam Mower takes it towards the halfway line. He's got 4 Featherstone tacklers around him. They seem to have stopped these offloads now, though, to Featherstone. It's perhaps something they looked at half-time. So Catalan on the Featherstone 40. Comes to Luke Walsh. Walsh gets a short pass to Casti. Davis goes in hard.
Catalan in decent field position here, bringing it down on the left-hand side, looking to cause a threat. Louis Anderson there, holds the ground, 20 metres out from the Rovers line. They're shaping to the inside. Luke Walsh here with the crossfield kick.
It's a great kick by Luke Walsh. It looked as though Talapapa was taken off the ball.
Chris Nannin, who was unable to take it. Turner is the man who taps it behind, and the referee is going to go to the screen here.
I think he's going to see how he restarts this game. I think he wants to know whether Talapapa was pushed off the ball, and Scott Turner certainly had the last play at that. So from that it would be a dropout. John Davis is down on the floor, just getting some attention from the physiotherapist and the doctor. He did go in hard on the tackle, and I think he might have just jarred his neck a little bit. 27 minutes remaining in this game. It still remains Catalan Dragons 18, Featherstone Rovers 12. And in fact, it looks like a penalty has been given, has it, to Featherstone Rovers for that off the ball challenge on Talapapa.
Just the 20 tap. It looks like the Catalan Dragons have kicked the ball dead there. So Featherstone Rovers go start with 20 tap. That is going to be delayed though, whilst John Davis returns to his feet. It looks like he is fit to continue, and Keil Carlisle will get us back on the way with this tap in the centre of the field, 20 metres out from his own steps.
To be fair, Davis does he usually gets an injury every game, doesn't he? And let's hope that that's not too serious for him. I think it's just the way that he goes in so hard on tackles. So the 20-metre restart has been taken. There's Davis going forward. Perhaps he tries to lull the defence into a false sense of security.
Everything like a cannonball, but sometimes he looks like he's been hit by one. Unfortunate there from the second row. The ball perhaps comes to him too quickly after he's faced that knock, and he concedes possession for the Rovers. Catalan eager to set that scrum. They get the clock taken off, and here they are, 35 metres out from the Rovers line, with a decent chance of coming away with points.
Second play in that set of 6, and knocking on. It's not what you'd be looking to do, is it? In this position, this puts Catalan in dangerous territory with Oro as he takes the ball from Walsh. Great tackle there from Connor Farrell and Thackeray. Sam Mower now taking the ball forward. He knocks Walters off, but Walters gets back into the defensive line. And they're going with De Costa from dummy half. He tricks himself, he loses his own feet as he goes down on the 10. But Catalan inching towards that Featherstone line. And the ball on the inside to Casti. Casti's looking to go over, and he's short. He tries to get the ball down, he's actually short. De Costa in at dummy half. He tries to do a little dance, but the penalty goes against Featherstone for markers not standing square, standing offside.
Featherstone caught offside, just inviting more pressure upon themselves, and Catalan always going to be favourites to hold on from this position. It's going to take a real effort from the Rovers to hold out.
Massive effort, as Josh Walters, I think, was offside at that tap, but Catalan have taken the tap, the 2 metres out. They've got such big players. De Costa tries to go himself.
Massive size from the Dragons crowd. They weren't pleased with that decision from the young hooker.
They weren't. Busquets at dummy half. He gets it out to Walsh. Walsh does well to take it. The ball's coming across to that right-hand side. Talapapa
Fantastic sliding defence from the Rovers. They got men across. That was unbelievable from them, showing real spirit here.
Great example of sliding defence now. Horo with the ball. Horo gets tackled 8 metres out. Still plenty of tackles left for Catalan in this set of 6 though. Walsh now with the ball. Oh, and John Davis goes in for a tackle. He misses, but Walters is there to mop up. Now it is the last tackle for Catalan. It's coming to Walsh. Walsh shakes to kick, and John Davis does great. He blocks that kick and he dives on it.
Phenomenal defence from the Rovers. Catalan were definitely odds on to score there, and the way they've been able to come away with the ball there. John Davis looking to be struggling as he goes to play it now. Featherstone just need set completion here desperately.
Mariano's on the field for Josh Walters. Luke Briscoe taking the ball forward over the 20. Wildy in at dummy half. He dodges round, but he loses his footing. Tries to get a quick play of the ball. Hardcastle taking it forward to the 40. Featherstone only on the 40, and it's the last already. Manning at the ruck. Kick comes from dummy half, and it is measured perfectly by Keil Carlisle there. My heart was in my mouth. I thought it was going to go out on the full. Just bounces in the field of play. He measured it perfectly, didn't he?
Featherstone didn't gain masses of metres in that set. And also, the kick wasn't phenomenal, but it does get Catalan starting in their 20 metres. Ultimately, it's a decent outcome.
24 minutes remaining in this game. Catalan Dragons 18, Featherstone Rovers 12. Still no score in this second half. Featherstone Rovers have been put in a very decent defensive set indeed. Catalan going to feed this scrum on the 20-metre line. Comes quite deep out of the back of that scrum. 3 Featherstone tacklers in there. Casti takes it forward. Quick play the ball. Sam Mower on the charge now as well.
Jumps in on him there, but other Featherstone Rovers players there to cover. The offload comes away though, and Alex DaCosta looking to take advantage of that.
Halfway line, Catalan are, and they do need to stop these offloads. Luke Walsh now to Inu. Inu meets Sam Brooks. He pushes him off. He pushes Connor Farrell off. Eventually the Featherstone players get him to the floor. It's on the Featherstone 40. Orowin at dummy half to Walsh, and then it's taken forward. Davis with a great tackle. It's the last, the 30 metres out there are Catalan Dragons. The kick comes from Myler. Johnson takes it. He has 1 foot over the try line, but he gets pushed, but he did well, did Kyron Johnson. And I think the referee signalled the 20-metre restart. Oh, there's a little bit of a fight going on in that
There's well and
play.
truly a kerfuffle over there, and that's unfortunate for the Rovers. Kyron Johnson was looking to break away with his pace, but instead they've broken out into 2 groups. Definitely all the players getting in amongst it here.
And I think you're right there. Really unfortunate, because if Kyron and Johnson had been allowed to take that 20-metre tap, if they hadn't have been kerfuffling in back play, it'd have been away. Come on, less fighting, more playing.
Ultimately, there's a time and a place, and sometimes you do feel that teams don't cotton on to the fact that it's not in their favour for them to be engaged in confrontation like that, and on that occasion it's Featherstone Rovers who have lost out there.
Referees consulting with Ben Thaler, the video ref, about what happened here. We'll just have a look, see what's going to happen. I can see some fists flying from Catalan players.
Looking over for the replay here.
Oh, Briscoe pushes him in the face. Oh, he landed one.
That's a clear strike.
Was it Busquets? No, it's Louis Anderson, isn't it?
Anderson makes a clear strike on Briscoe. What kind of contact Briscoe makes in the run up to that?
Oh, it'd be such a shame if this penalty goes against Featherstone. Please don't let it go against Featherstone, please. Because, you know, they were looking at 7 tackles from a 20-metre tap. Having a really big conducting a big discussion here, and he's calling out Louis Anderson, I presume, and he's going to his back pocket. It's a yellow for him. same for Luke Briscoe. He's putting his card back, but sometimes they do that for effect, don't they? I think he'll go back to his pocket for Luke Briscoe myself here. Here we go. Told you to do it for effect, didn't I? Briscoe also goes for 10. But what's the decision on the field? Can we have the 20? Oh, he's calling the captains out, so Castian Talapapa.
Perhaps it's my naivety, but a little bit of me likes to think that that's clear signalling for the fans rather than effect. If that's your interpretation, no, Joe, you are more than entitled to.
I think it's always a bit of drama when they put it back in the pocket, then they get it out again. So, what's going to happen? Featherstone Rovers with the 20-metre race start. It's as you were, Kyron Johnson.
Just to be clear, that is their yellow card.
Oh. Carlisle takes the tap on the 20-metre. Hardcastle on the 30-metre line. It then comes to John Davis.
I'm not sure I've ever seen 2 yellow cards in the build-up to a 20-metre tap. Surely there's got to be a penalty one way or the other there.
You'd have thought so, but I think he kind of just thought it was handbags and just get him off the field to cool down for a bit as Thackeray gets the ball away. That looks like a late challenge on Thackeray as he got the ball after there, and Talapapa was asking, but nothing given. It's on halfway. Thackeray to Wildy. Wildy gets it to Josh Hardcastle. He's got no winger on his outside though, because of Briscoe being off the field, obviously. So Thackeray gets it to Brooks. Featherstone on the Catalan 30 now. They've done well in this set of 6 as Brooks is pushed back. It's the last tackle. It's going to come to Thackeray, who puts the kick in. It's a high hanging one. Talapapa tries to go for it, but Tierney takes it well. And then the tackle comes in on Tierney from Connor Farrell. So it's a Wiganer on a Wiganer there.
Whoa. That's Featherstone Rovers forcing Catalan to come out from their 90 metres. Good kick from Thackeray. Ultimately, that's got to be considered a decent end to the set.
So Catalan 25 metres away from their own line. Coming down this short side, a couple of missed tackles. Lockwood missed one there, and just need to be alert to that. De Featherstone as Catalan taking it up to the halfway line. The 5 metres short of halfway, and it's the last. It comes to Walsh. Walsh puts a kick in. It goes behind Hardcastle. He knows that Briscoe's not there. It's going to go just into touch. It's going to be a 10-metre scrum for Featherstone Rovers.
Featherstone Rovers then, it's going to be a tough ask for them to end up in a good field position down the upper end of the field from here. Catalan ending that set almost perfectly from where they were, getting that ball into touch, getting the stoppage in play so they can get the defence set. Featherstone Rovers start with a scrum 10 metres out from their own line.
Yeah, they're taking big gas of breath of the Featherstone players down there. Wildy puts the ball in the scrum and takes it out the back himself to Turner. Turner's tackled 15 metres out. Callanan at dummy half. Hardcastle it is, taking it up as Igbenadian enters the field once again for Sam Brooks. That's the 8th substitution that Featherstone have made this evening. Lockwood to Mariano. Mariano gets tackled just short of the 40, and Mariano's injured. Remy Casty's saying, I think there's something amiss here, and that's not good when a player calls for the referee to call time off.
When there's an opposition player knowing that there's a problem, that spells trouble to me.
Davis and Carlisle go up to him to help him as well. I'm not sure what he's having seen to. It's his jaw by the looks of it, is it? I'm just having a look on the close TV. Is it a neck problem? It's certainly indicating there's a bit of pain up there. Not good news for Featherstone. Doctors out there as well. Do you see what happened there?
They lodged to be a case of, as he's brought to the ground, unfortunately Frankie Mariano's neck has been knocked off tilt, and it definitely looks to be a neck injury. It could have been impact with the jaw. It's unclear to see from the way he was gesturing, but to me that looks as though on his way towards the ground. It's not to do with the impact in the tackle. It's definitely nothing deliberate from the opposition.
No, from
the way it appears. It's just one of those freak things that unfortunately we see so many times as players get towards the ground.
It's the game of rugby league, isn't it? It's a contact sport. These injuries are unfortunate, but they do happen, and referee's just going over to see how Mariano is now.
Mariano able to stand up at least.
He's going to have to leave the field. It goes on report. I think that's just a matter of course, isn't it?
To me, nothing's going to come of that being put on report, but definitely a positive that he's able to walk from the field like that. That means there's no spinal damage, no real issue with that neck injury. It could well be a concern though, because he did look in discomfort.
It looks as though he doesn't know where he is, Frankie Mariano there. It will be a head injury interchange, that one, as the doctor leads him off. Luke Cooper it is that's replaced him. So Featherstone still in their own half, 5 metres away. It comes to Wildy. Wildy puts the kick in. Tierney collects. Makes it up to just short of his own 30-metre line. Davis and Hardcastle in with the tackle there. Great play by Lockwood. He was quick off the mark. Fans don't like it, but I think it was good play by Lockwood there as Catalan taking it forward now. Up to the 40 with Dupont. Comes to Horo. Horo's a strong runner. He takes it up to the halfway line and gets a quick play the ball in as well. It comes to Walsh. Gets to Samoa. Igbenadian's trying to get on the back of Samoa. It's the last tackle, the 30 metres out from the Featherstone line. Walsh puts the kick in. Well, with a late challenge perhaps from Carlisle there. The ball bounces, it comes back to Tierney, it's play on. And the penalty goes towards Catalan.
Late shot though from Carlisle means that the penalty's awarded. Where the first bounce is, after that, a high shot was welcome. Yet to be seen whether there's going to be any further action taken. But
Carlisle could be in trouble here.
this crowd here, definitely getting on top of the referee.
They're very partisan of this crowd here in Catalan. You know, I mean, there's been late challenges going on Matty Wildy all night. But we shall see what happens.
The issue with that challenge is that it comes on high as well.
It was high, yeah, that's true. But more of a grab more than malice, I'd say. A bit clumsy, but I would say that because I'm a Featherstone Rovers commentator. The problem is, it's a yellow. It's a yellow for Keil Carlisle. That's a massive blow for Featherstone Rovers.
It always looks worse on a slow motion replay, obviously, but from that slow motion replay, it does look like perhaps there was a possibility he could have pulled out from making that challenge, and whenever that's a problem, you can always expect major repercussions.
16 minutes remaining in this game. Catalan going for the 2 with Inu. He'll slot that over. That'll put them 8 points in front. Featherstone down to 11, Catalan down to 12. Going to be tough for Featherstone now, isn't it? Especially these next 10 minutes. Mariano off the field with a head injury. It's just all turned against them in the last 5 minutes.
This is a hugely important 2 points that Christian Inu is lining up now. You'd fancy him to take them and extend that Catalan lead. Once that's at 2 scores, it's going to be a really tough ask with a man less on the field.
It is. Inu smack bang in front of the posts. He strikes the ball. It goes through the middle. Catalan 20, Featherstone Rovers 12. That's the first points of the second half. 15 minutes remaining. Featherstone with one player less than Catalan for the next 10 minutes. Full-time team against Featherstone Rovers. This team were up at 4 o'clock this morning. It's going to be tough. And like I say, Mariano off the field with a head injury. Going to have to really pull something out of the bag of Featherstone now.
Yeah, it's a real ask for them here. They are really up against it, but those are the kind of conditions that Featherstone teams can often thrive under.
Briscoe and Anderson are back on the field, so it's 13 against 12. So Catalan still in their own half at the moment. They go for a scoot from dummy half. Cooper, Igbenadian and Davis in the tackle. Walsh in at dummy half now, gets it to Samoa. Always seems to break that first tackle, does Moa. And the penalty goes against Featherstone. Oh, it's all going the wrong way for them. Myler says, I'm going to kick to touch.
Featherstone really needing possession of the ball. When they're down on numbers, it's always going to cost them. Being under this defensive pressure, particularly being a part-time team, it's always going to take more out of the team.
It is, and Catalan now in the Featherstone 30. Like I say, up against it. John Davis in with that tackle. Comes to Samoa. Samoa driving his legs forward. He's such a strong prop, is Samoa. Causing problems for the Featherstone defence. It comes to Walsh again in the middle. He's throwing it around. The ball goes behind. And Hardcastle chases. It goes back to 1. Does the tackle count? So Featherstone just not getting any luck whatsoever in this game lately. So William it is now who takes the ball forward. 18 metres out. Almost a full set of 6 for Catalan to play with here, and that Featherstone defence must be getting very tired at the moment. 10 metres out from the Featherstone line of Catalan. De Costa in at dummy half. It comes out to Walsh. Walsh with a short pass. Catalan going for the try to the right hand side of the post. We said it was going to be difficult for Featherstone. Being a man down. Catalan go further into lead, 24 points to 12.
Featherstone under the cosh there from the Catalan Dragons. Taking set, under pressure. And it's always going to be a tough task for them to hold out under those kind of conditions. Ultimately, Samoa has been romping forward for the Dragons all the way through this match. He comes away with the try there, and it's always going to be difficult to stop it.
It was going to be difficult to stop Moa. That short pass, you could tell it was going to be on. Luke Walsh received the ball, put the short pass into him. He was on the charge, and the tired Featherstone defence just unable to do anything about it. He knew with the kick now, it's going to probably bring the score up to 26 points to 12. How things have turned. Featherstone keeping Catalan Dragons scoreless up until 16 minutes away from full time, but then things started unravelling.
Remy Cassidy leaving the field, being replaced by Julian Bosquet. He could add yet another boost for the Dragons, just keep them with that momentum in this game.
So Inu, 8 or 9 metres to the right hand side of the uprights with this conversion attempt. No doubt he'll slot this over. Take it quite a long time to take it. Has he frozen? Oh, here he goes. And it's successful. I certainly hoped it was after that, because it took an absolute age.
Small eternity to take the kick. It was, thank goodness, that he sent it over. But I guess when they do send it over, you can't knock the technique too much.
This is true. 26 points to 12 to Catalan Dragons. 11 minutes remaining.
Always confused when an athlete sponsored by a company like McDonald's, to be honest.
Featherstone going for the short kick off, and it comes off for them. Luke Briscoe takes the ball.
Well, Featherstone have tried the short kick-off in recent weeks repeatedly. It's not come off for them on any of those occasions. On this occasion it does though. Now John Davis has got them just shy of the 20 metres.
Much needed possession for Featherstone Rovers. James Lockwood takes the ball in. He bashes off the first two Catalan defenders. Takes it forward a few more metres.
That's a determined run from Lockwood.
Wildy in at dummy half. He pisses out two players. It goes to Thackeray. He shows it, but then he gets tackled by the Catalan players. He's 9 metres out. He tries to get to his feet to play this ball. Wildy in at dummy half to Luke Cooper. Cooper gets driven back though. And Horrow goes in as well for good measure. It's the last tackle. Who's it going to go to? Wildy to Thackeray. Thackeray the kick through. Nobody chasing it though. Nobody chasing it. And Tierney, why did Tierney not just let it go dead? There was absolutely no Featherstone players around him whatsoever. He gets tackled in the dead ball area and it's going to be a dropout.
It was a very lateral kick though, Joe. I'm not sure whether Tierney knew whether it was going to go dead because of the way it was going along so long. It would take a long time before that bounced out of the field of play, giving an opportunity for Josh Hardcastle to chase it. They weren't as quick on it as Talapapa is on the other side though. Ultimately, Featherstone have been able to come away with the advantage from that exchange though.
Perhaps he wasn't wanting to do a Scott Griggs repeat. Inu now with the drop out. It's a high hanging one for Johnson to take under the lights. He takes it well. Igbenadian with the ball. Drives it forward. Takes it over the 30 metres.
Igbenadian running that one with real purpose and determination. Wildy looking for his options. Wildy now jumping in at acting halfback. Lockwood then being the one to take up that first drive and Carlisle
off the field. So, yeah. So it comes to Thackeray. Thackeray with an inside pass to Igbenadian. Gets the ball away. Oh, and it's a knock-on. Wasn't really on, wasn't that pass from Igbenadian. Forcing the game, but again, a bit of composure when you've got tackles in the bag. Come on.
Featherstone perhaps in a position where they needed to force the issue, but I agree, Joe, they had tackles in the bag. There's a time and a place for that kind of thing. They're an expansive team capable of playing good rugby, but when there's not a teammate there to give the ball to, there's no point trying to force that offload.
There's not. 26 points to 12, 9.5 minutes remaining in this game in Perpignan.
This is the Featherstone Rovers team without the likes of Andy Bostock and Richard Moore. Perhaps some of those other forwards are feeling they need to take on the mantle of being a key offloader.
You do have to remember that it is a patched up Featherstone Rovers team. You know, if you think you've got Griffin, Bostock missing, and Moore, they're three massive prop forwards, and the Featherstone Rovers players tonight have done the team proud as Tierney now takes the ball forward. He's dodging around, but Igbenadian and Hardcastle eventually put him to the floor. He's 5 metres short of halfway. Not sure what Tierney's doing there with Hardcastle, but I'll tell you something, I'm back on Hardcastle winning it. Halfway line now. De Costa in at dummy half. He gives it to the try scorer Samoa. Again punching holes in that Featherstone defence. It's a last tackle. Connor Farrell in attendance. The kick goes straight into touch. Catalan looking to eat up the clock now. They're 14 points in front. They're not in. They want Featherstone down at this end of the field.
Things like that are fantastic when your team does it. It looks like brilliant game management. But when the opposition does it, it's dull rugby and you hate to see it. If we were 26 points to 12 up at the minute now and Anthony Thackeray was putting theirs into touch with it would be a sublime bit of game management from that halfback. That's exactly what we'd want from the man. He's supposed to control this game, but instead it's really frustrating for the Rovers. They're the ones who are chasing the game. They're the ones who need the points, and they're the ones who need all those seconds that are left remaining on the clock.
Igbenadian leads the field and Sam Brooks replaces him. Talapapa with the ball. Wrestling with the Catalan defenders with Horrow and Inu. Connor Farrell out on that left flank, gets past the first player, but the ball goes to ground. Catalan pick it up. Looks like it was a missed pass there. Connor Farrell just letting go of the ball, and Catalan in a really dangerous position. They could end up putting more points on the board against Featherstone now, as Inu gets put to the floor. 15 metres out. Still 26 points to 12 as Sam Mower takes it forward. over the 10-metre line. And there's a bit of a mess. There's a knock-on by Catalan. Featherstone going to get the scrum here. John Davies looking to set the scrum quickly.
Featherstone then looking the more eager team. They're the ones to set that scrum quickly, and they're the ones wanting to get on with this game. They still think they can get something out of this, Joe.
Is that a Catalan player down in the scrum with a little bit of cramp there? Just wondering, must be about a minute, is it, to Keil Carlisle coming back on the field, but it's been an expensive 10 minutes, has that, hasn't it?
Loss of Keil Carlisle, such a big blow as well when Featherstone don't have a reserve halfback. Matty Wildy going in to fill that acting halfback role. He's more than capable of that, but it leaves Anthony Thackeray too exposed every time he tries to create something.
Looks like Josh Walters is going to return to the field as well. Scrum is finally set. Featherstone with the ball 12 metres away. Connor Farrell, he's met by a ferocious tackle there and gets dumped to the floor. Featherstone throwing the ball around, giving it some air. They're still not afraid to play attractive rugby league with this.
Hardcastle shaped to get the ball to Briscoe, but decided to take it himself. Now Davis takes the ball, gets it away to Johnson. Johnson's jumped up on by the Catalan defence though. They smother that attack. Featherstone though get the play. He goes inside to Walters, and Walters dragging all those Catalan players into the defence. He's unable to get it away though, and Featherstone on the 5th tackle, only 40 metres out from the line. They'd have been hoping for better than that. They play it out wide, it bounces to the ground. They've not got it away, and Catalan come up with possession of the ball. Featherstone haven't even got the kick on the final tackle. That's a very disappointing end to it.
I think it is, and I think tiredness is beginning to show here for Featherstone. Not wanting to make excuses for them, but we've got 6 minutes left of play. 20 metres out, Catalan, they've had to do it tough as Keil Carlisle comes back to the field, and I'm sure that they'll be mightily relieved with his teammates to see that happen. Ball comes out to that right-hand side though with Catalan, and they lose the ball. It's a free play. Kyron Johnson picks it up behind his sticks and he gets absolutely clattered. Absolutely no reason to tackle him like that. Huh? I thought it was a free play. Referee's giving a dropout. Surely Catalan lost the ball there. That's why Thackeray threw it to Johnson. Really? Maybe I got this wrong then.
The referee has taken the clock off here. He looks to be going over to
Talapapa. No, he's still pointing for a dropout. He's adamant that
bizarre exchange here near the end.
Had the ball in hand. Perhaps it's something that we couldn't see over on that far side, but Anthony Thackeray felt that it was a knock-on. Anyway, the ball comes to Willie Aim.
Featherstone sent the ball high, looked to come away with it, but were unable to reclaim possession. Catalan Dragons with a real chance here. Sam Orr is announced as the man of the match. Most likely, very well deserved.
De Costa now gets the ball into the middle to Garcia. The ball's come back along the line, and Wildy with a great tackle there, joined by Hardcastle. Really important tackle from Matty Wildy. It's coming back to Myler. Catalan on the charge. 3 metres out. It's still valiant Featherstone defence to keep Catalan out. And there's a penalty given because it's deemed that a Featherstone player pushed the Catalan player to the floor.
That's criminal from the Rovers. Their defence is starting to look more desperate now. They're just inviting more pressure upon it as the Catalan Dragons looking to find a way over here yet again, but Featherstone players getting around that tackle.
It comes now to Da Costa. He fancies it himself, but Featherstone defence hold him up. That's great play, so it's going to be brought back to the 10.
Fantastic work, but they've got to make sure they're not vulnerable on the fringes.
Anderson in at dummy half. It comes to Myler. Catalan 5 metres out now. of play here. Catalan in a very dangerous position. But that's great defence there, once again, by Featherstone Rovers. And the ball's knocked on there by Catalan, so fantastic defence. I can't see the player down on the floor, but that's the one who put the fantastic defence in there.
Sure enough, it's John Davis. He has been through the walls today, but he's been through the walls because he's been a warrior.
He has indeed. He has indeed.
Clock's taken off then as Featherstone were quick to reset that scrum.
Well, Featherstone will want to get something out of this, won't they, as much as possible. They don't want to lay down and have their bellies tickled like they did against Widnes.
No, definitely not. And they know they've well and truly been in this game. They want to show that. And let's not forget, there's been a loyal few supporters who incredibly made a second trip over here to France. They want to give them something to cheer.
And those supporters were brilliant. The team were coming out of the hotel this afternoon. They were shouting and singing at the team, and the team really appreciate that level of support when they're so far away from home. So well done to those that have made the trip over here. So Josh Walters with the ball. He takes it up towards the 40. It's a quick play the ball. Carlisle does a run around with Lockwood, and Sam Brooks then knocks off Horrow, but eventually gets the ball away. Featherstone throwing the ball around. Walters gives it away to Catalan. Oh, unlucky there. Josh Walters, I think it perhaps was one pass too many, but you know, fair play, 2 minutes left. You need to throw the ball around and play some good stuff. Horrow now taking the ball forward.
Tierney then at the foot of the ruck, takes the scoop, tries to exploit that gap behind the ruck in the Rovers defence. He's covered though.
It comes out to the left hand side.
Richie Myler steps inside. Wildy, that's well covered.
Sorry, I couldn't see for Steve McNamara then. He decided to stop on the stairs. Right in our view. Horrow now takes it forward 12 metres away from the line. It's the last tackle. Catalan with the last tackle option from Da Costa. He puts a little kick through for Johnson. It's a good chase there when I think they've tackled Johnson over the line, and it's going to be a dropout. Catalan not really got the same last tackle options since Luke Walsh went.
That's a quick tap taken by Farrell there. Penalty awarded to Featherstone Rovers. Talapapa here stood at the foot of the ruck. He shapes to go inside. Now passes the ball to Briscoe. Briscoe's the man to take it up. Got Featherstone Rovers just shy of the 30 metres. They are looking to break out. They still think there could be something in this game for them. Penalty again awarded to Featherstone Rovers. That looks like he was holding down the ruck.
He knew it was that was holding down there.
Kick to touch them from Fakhri's got the Rovers inside the Catalan Dragons half.
Carlisle with the tap, misses out hard. Castlett bounces on the floor to Wildy. Wildy straightens up, takes it forward, but is put to the floor by Louis
fortunate
Anderson.
to come away with the ball there. Carlisle then weighing up his options, sends it inside to Lockwood. Lockwood looks for the pass, but instead decides to take it up himself.
35 metres out, our Featherstone Rovers. Carlisle to Brooks. Brooks to Walters. Walters gets put to the floor, 25 metres away. Going down this short side, Thackeray, I thought he was going to put a little kick in. He gets the ball out to the back.
He did put the kick in, but he reclaimed possession for himself.
Carlisle now with the ball. Talapapa in at dummy half. Comes to Brooks. Brooks taking it towards that 10-metre line. 27 seconds remaining in this game, so Featherstone perhaps going to get one or two plays left as Josh Walters brings it forward. Lockwood going for the line, but he gets the ball to Wildy. Wildy straightens up, goes to the line himself once again.
Agonisingly close for the Rovers.
10 seconds left. We need to play the ball from Wildy. Come on, Featherstone, let's get a try out of this, please. Thackeray with a kick over to that left-hand side for Inu. Inu takes it cleanly. Scott Turner unable to take it. Final hooter goes here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus, and it finishes Catalan Dragons 26, Featherstone Rovers 12.
A spirited performance until the end from Featherstone Rovers. They were in it right until that final 10 minutes, and they were looking positive right until the death.
And look, coming to the south of France, it's not an easy trip. Super League side, full-time side. I think Featherstone showed their mettle. They're improving with every game that we see them in under John Duffy now. Then at the LD Nutrition Stadium next week, they've been having close wins, sneaky wins. Can Featherstone Rovers do anything against Warrington next week? Join us on Rovers TV for that. We're going to go into the post-match press conference with John Duffy. Listening. John, what are your thoughts on the game this evening?
Yeah, real tough game. Obviously, Catalan are a great team and probably shouldn't be where they are. You know, it's probably the same as Warrington, really. And, we come here and with a young squad and with some guys who haven't played for a long time. And I thought they were outstanding. We could be a bit smarter in areas of the game, but the overall attitude of the group and we were down to 11 men at one point there, and they didn't get over the line. So I'm real proud of the boys again, but we need a win. So and we just spoke about that as a group downstairs, and to come to a place like Catalan and you know, have a real dig and scare them at, you know, a few times there, and I thought we got better in the second half as well with our execution and our players. So you know, lots of positives again, but we've got to go and try and get this win now.
18-12 at half-time, and you kept Catalan scoreless until 16 minutes from the end, and it was kind of the game changers with perhaps the Mariano injury and the Keele Carlisle sin binning.
Yeah, but you've got to deal with that, haven't you, as well? But I don't think we got the rub of the green off the officials either, which really stopped us in our tracks. So you know, I'm not going to say any more on that, but the boys have been outstanding again there. Obviously we can get better in areas, but I'm just really pleased from that they've backed it up from last week, their attitude and the willingness to go that extra yard for each other, especially with two men off the field. Frankie's alright, he's passed his head test, so he'll be fine for next week, and we looked after him there. And obviously we've got some big players coming back who in contention as well, so looking forward to the week already.
And the thing was that you had gone into this game without three big prop forwards, Bostock, Griffin and Moore, and you had Brooks starting with Frankie Mariano.
Yeah, they were outstanding that first spell there. I thought we kicked ourselves in the foot a little bit just with silly penalties when we had the ball, which isn't like us. So you know, you get punished at this level doing things like that. So, and we did, but you know, to come back and to hold them out for long periods of time, you know, it's a real positive for us moving forward. So we've got to take that into the last 2 weeks, and you know, there's 2 weeks of the season left, and we've got to go out there and finish on a high.